New week and onwards. March the 10th, Monday, March 10th. And we basically start off with the guys upstairs extending their weekend. The big boys and girls clearly had a bit of a wild one, so they've just taken an extra day off. But the moon, of course, continues to circulate, continues to motor along. It's in Leo. Moon ordinarily is happy in Leo. We have a waxing phase of the moon, which is quite powerful, but it is a happy moon. Well, up to a point. Up until, this is Greenwich Mean Time for my Australian and American friends and everywhere else, up until 12:48, basically up until 1 p.m. on Monday, the Leo moon is opposite Pluto. So the first half of the day on Monday might be a little bit gnarly, a little bit sort of feisty, right? But after 1 p.m., the influence of Jupiter, that's kind of Leo, and Jupiter comes in and plays with the Leo moon, and it becomes quite joyous. So just get to 1 p.m., just do what you have to do, and then the rest of the day should flow merrily along. But if it does go slightly awry first thing in the morning, and you miss your train and blah, 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 and you're starting to lose it, stay calm, because once you've got through lunch, come back in the afternoon. It's actually a beautiful moon and a beautiful day. But the start could be a little gnarly. So if you gave yourself a little, like an extra half an hour at the start or an extra hour, get the earlier train, just little things that would just compensate and, you know, potentially overcome any derailing of sorts that might occur. Sort of just use your nonce. I'm going to leave early because from 1 o'clock, Greenwich Mean Time, it's going to be a beautiful day. So let's just cover the morning. Tuesday, the 11th of March, 2025. I love this day. This is a great day. I feel this will be the loveliest day of the week, or one of them. You start off the day with Sun, semi-sextile Chiron. It's beautiful energy, essence of you. The Sun, semi-sextile, very positive energy, kind of quite lucky energy. Chiron, this kind of unknown planet which connects the inner and outer planets, is a big, big player, and you will be hearing more and more and more about Chiron as the years kind of progress. It's a big, big player, and it's happy. It's a happy energy, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Chiron rocks. So it's the essence of you across all areas of life. You can lean into anything, and you can feel good about life, and all those positive energies that you feel, they're real, and they should be capitalized on per se. That's just part one of this beautiful Tuesday, the 11th of March. Part two is Mercury conjunct Venus. Mercury, communication and networking, which is great. And Venus is a financial planet, so that whole networking and financial dealings and contractual things, very, very good day to sign off financial enterprises per se. Very, very good. And again, Mercury, communication with love, the love side of Venus. So if you want to sit down and have a really positive, committed conversation, hey, you know, we've been together a while and we love each other unconditionally. In fact, we know we are soulmates forever. Why don't we go one of two ways? Buy a beautiful house and renovate it and live happily ever after, away from the madness. Or you can say, do you know what? Let's commit to just buying some knackered old van, renovating it, and just taking off for 12 months. Is that kind of day to nail that sort of bond, that love, that soulmate, that kind of it's you and me kind of conversation, when you just tend to fall on exactly the same page on the same day at the right time. It's like, wow, they really are my soulmate. That kind of day. Well, now, sometimes a day comes along, this is Wednesday the 12th, which actually has an undercurrent of seriousness attached to it, aka Sun, essence of you, conjunct, very powerful, Saturn. Saturn, who's always saying under his breath, don't fuck with me. That's Saturn's kind of mantra, right? So when Saturn's in play and it's the essence of you, be above board. Do as you're told. be responsible, be sensible, be structured, be organized, be everything. So we also have a moon in Virgo, and the Virgo moon can be really gnarly and a bit antagonistic, but it's also very structured and organized. So when you actually have Saturn in play with the structure of Virgo, it is a great day to literally be serious. If you say, I'm going to be serious one day this year, just one, the rest of the time, I just want to have fun, I want to just chill. The serious day, you can allocate March the 12th, 2025 as your serious day of the year. Sun conjunct Saturn with the Virgo moon, you can just tie up any number of things, just anything that's really mundane and you've been putting off, you don't want to do it, and it requires discipline and concentration and focus and all the things that really, human beings are just like, oh, really? Yes, this kind of day, but it will come off. Sometimes you can sit down and go, right, I'm going to get this done, this done, this done, this done, but Saturn's in opposition. You may as well not even commence a single project, right? This is the day to get a shitload done, like 6 months of just nonsense, tied up, buried, done, complete, finito in one day. Thursday, 13th. On the theme of a little bit of a shit show, this day could turn into one, right? So first things first, if you're living in a Pacific time zone, the lunar eclipse, the eclipse in Virgo, full moon will kick in 3 minutes to midnight. For the rest of us, it'll be tomorrow, Friday. I'm about to cover that. But per se, this is a day when the planets have taken a day off, and it's just Virgo moon. Virgo moon, really gnarly, agitated, nervous moon. It's the kind of day when you wake up thinking, oof, doesn't feel right. It'll be Virgo energy. So you really don't want to mess with Virgo energy at all. You need to stay zen-like calm. If you started the day with a little meditation, breathing, could not be a better day to implement that strategy. Virgo moon is a really unhappy, angry, gnarly, nervous moon. And it's full, so it's really potent. And it's sort of, I think it's square or opposite a few planets. It's just, this is the day. It's the day when you wake up thinking, right, that motherfucker that you've been wanting to take down for a long time, you'd be like, the energy you feel, it'd be like, right, I'm going to redirect this gnarly energy to that character that's been driving me nuts for 6 or 12 months. I'm taking them down. That'll be the attitude. Wrong day. Wrong day. You'll feel great about it, but the outcome, the long-term implications could be quite catastrophic. Don't go there. Stay zen, like calm, walk away. You've either got to go meditation or vodka, if you get the gist. It's that kind of day. Just, you'll want to dilute, dissipate the nervousness and the agitation. You can go alcohol or you can go breathing technique. It depends on what day you're having. You don't really want to go alcohol sort of avenue if you've got a meeting at 12 midday. But if it's your day off, not the worst idea. Just don't mess with this full moon in Virgo. It will defeat you. That's Thursday. Total and utter lunar eclipse in a full fat Virgoan moon today, Friday 14th. So that is, oh man, it's potent. I mean, you have to look at it from this perspective. The moon, if you just have a quiet chat with the moon and you say, hey moon, well, what's your high point of the month? And they'd be like, I quite like the kind of Leo phase. And then you say to the moon, what's the phase that really does your head in? Oh, Scorpio ain't great, but Virgo, oh, I can't bear it. Oh, it's dreadful. This is what the moon would say. So when you've got a full moon in Virgo, the moon is just magnificently dissatisfied. It's edgy, really, really edgy. I love the word gnarly. I use it too much, but it's an antagonistic moon. So it's really, really tricky energy. So a lot of meditation, a lot of breathing, a lot of staying calm, a lot of backing away from a potentially volatile situation. That kind of day, for sure. Funny enough, though, you also have today Sun sextile Uranus, which is kind of magical, right? It's sort of unexpected wonderfulness when the Sun, essence of you, sextile, super positive, super lucky, and Uranus, unexpected surprises. So if you stay calm, in in the presence of this really just unsettling full moon, total lunar eclipse moon, you'll possibly be rewarded by the end of the day with some kind of magical meeting, some unexpected glorious surprise. So that should be everyone's motivation. Stay calm, overcome the moon, and let Sun sextile Uranus play out and bring some unexpected, joyous, magnificent experience into my life. Don't know what it is. It could be in any area, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. But the Sun and Uranus, when they're sextile, they really want to they want to give you something magical and unexpected. So there is that potential there. But if you've already lost it, courtesy of the total lunar eclipse in Virgo, you won't even know that these magical surprises are in the offing. So there's your motivation. Stay calm, wait for the surprise. Mercury going retrograde again. Now, he's retrograde from today, 15th of March, through until April the 7th. Now, as I always say, with these retrograde phases, particularly Mercury, those first 3 or 4 days are normally a complete and utter shit show, unequivocally, particularly with travel. The last retrograde we had in Mercury, first 3 or 4 days, travel was carnage, well, in London. Anyway, so don't be surprised if all things communication, all things travel, all things networking, all things sort of contractual are just haywire on the 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th of March. It's just a little forewarning to avoid those sort of things for those 4 days. Of course, most of us can't. We'll be traveling. Use the nonce. Use your brain. Don't leave everything until the last minute, because if you do, you will get hammered. You got no chance. You wake up. Oh yes, Mercury's retrograde. I will get a train. I will get an earlier train. Not just that, I'm going to get 2 trains earlier. And I'm going to get into work wherever it is I have to go, to the airport, whatever it is, long before everyone else gets caught up in the inevitable carnage. 15, 16, 17, 18. You must respect the Mercury retrograde. You can't mess with it. So it's the first 4 days, and it'll be the last 4 days as well, 4, 5, 6, 7th of April, but I will cover that nearer the time. But and in between, when, you know, the doom mongers and the characters that believe that Mercury retrograde is just a nonsense for the whole period that it's retrograde. It's not. It's the beginning and end of a cycle. It's like life and death. It's most potent at the beginning and it's most potent at the end. This is one thing one must always have in mind. It's the beginning and the end, not the middle. Right? That's when the drama occurs. So just cover yourself for those first 4 days, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the rest of Mercury retrograde right up until the 4th of April. And I will remind you, for those final 4 days, it's going to be a kind of stroll. Just don't overthink it. Just respect the beginning and the end. Made it. Sunday, 16th of March. And it's kind of chilled. Moon in Libra. Moon and Venus. Oh no, actually it's not Moon and Venus, it's Eris. So yes, the Moon in Libra it's a little bit volatile. Actually, it's a little bit volatile, but it's kind of calm. It's in conjunct or quincunx the Sun for most of the day, and that's rather lovely. There's nothing too negative. So it's just like there is a little bit of nervous energy. The way to enjoy this day. It's Libra, so it's about harmony and it's about enjoyment and it's about decadence. It's about inviting all your closest friends round for a Sunday lunch that kind of starts at 11 a.m. and kind of goes right the way through until 11 p.m. It's that kind of beautiful Sunday. Just best friends, best food, best company, funny, light, affable conversations. But you've got to avoid this sort of undercurrent, a little bit of aggression. Don't let anything kick off. And then it will be really, really, you know, there's sometimes you go to a wedding and it's beautiful and it's magical and everything's going beautifully and you think, oh my God, this is the best day in the universe. And then 2 idiotic protagonists in the corner start fighting over half a shandy or something. And it's a nonsense like that, or whatever it might be, or someone's looked at someone else's partner in a strange way. And then there's some mad fisticuffs from nowhere, which just ruins the whole day. That's the sort of thing you have to be wary of. for the most part, this is a beautiful end to the week. Moon in Libra. It's kind of decadence and friends. That's what this day literally demands. Bam, done. Week complete. As always, I want to tell you something. I'm going to be posting a few interesting things about upcoming movements astrologically. A lot to do with Western astrology, Gemini into Aquarius. That's a kind of real key player. AI. I'm going to call it, I'm going to save that name because I quite like what I'm going to call it. But I'm going to post a few videos this week, 2 or 3, just giving a few heads up here, there, and everywhere. In the meantime, I thank you all for following me. I will bore you to death with the fact it's a two-way gig. Love what I do. Love you following me. I do read all your comments and I try to reply to as many as possible, but I am beyond busy with a lot of exciting things to reveal to you guys as well, upcoming, which I feel you will just love. I hope you will love. I never assume anything, but I will be looking for your feedback in these little endeavors and adventures that are upcoming. Boy, will I want you to come on board and let me know what it is you want and how you want it to play out, because it's all about us as a team. So please subscribe or continue to subscribe. Please continue to follow. Love what I do. Comment. You can tell me anything you want. As always, without fail, somebody or any number of people make me laugh with their comments, and they're sort of like relatable comments and things like this. Love it when you talk about the Virgo moon. It's nice not to be alone. Things like that. It's all good. It's all positive, and the journey will continue apace next week. For now, as I'm in Italy, ciao ciao.